Hello, Odooers, and welcome to today's webinar. Today, we're going to talk about the Odoo Partnership Journey. We're going to talk about the benefits, stages, opportunities, and the requirements. I am Hussam Bakir. I am the Partnership Development Manager in Odoo, and that's my email, hupa@odoo.com. Talking about the agenda of the webinar today, we'll have an introduction about Odoo. We're going to talk about what's in it for you as a partner. Also, we're going to talk about the partnership stages and the levels. And in the end, we'll talk about the requirements to become an Odoo partner. And of course, we'll have a little bit of a Q&A session in the end, and I'll be happy to answer all of your questions live. So, about Odoo. As you can see, Odoo is like a suite of business apps. The best part about it that it's all integrated together. It's very easy to use and it is customizable. What do you mean by customizable? Well, Odoo is an open source. So it's so easy and so doable that you can If you guys can hear me, please write on that chatter that everything is okay. So, as I was saying, Odoo is an open source. What do I mean by that? It means that it's easy to integrate Odoo and develop on top of Odoo using the Odoo source code that we provide to you as a partner. Amazing. Thank you, Oliver. Amazing. Now let's talk about the Odoo modules. Odoo has over 73 modules, right? And we get this misconception from time to time since we are in the market on a daily basis. We hear that, yeah, Odoo is a CRM system. Odoo is a POS system. Well, I'd like to correct that. Odoo have got 73 modules starting from everything that any business would need. We have industry-specific modules, and as you can see, I've gathered some of the top or the main modules that Odoo have. We've got CRM, we have got accounting, point of sale. Let me see if you guys cannot see the presentation. Let me see what we can do about that. Just give me a second. I think now you can see the presentation, right? Great, so this is the agenda that we were talking about. And this is the business apps, right? We have integrated together. The modules are integrated together. It's very easy to use and it's customizable. Now talking about being open source, we talk about this, that is very easy to integrate on top of Odoo and customize and even develop on it because we provide the source code to our Odoo partners. Back to the Odoo modules that we were talking about. I've gathered some core modules that Odoo have, talking about CRM, talking about project and timesheets. Definitely we have accounting here in the top left. We have also POS, websites, we have sales, employees, manufacturing, inventory, purchase, and the best part that everything is integrated together. Like, let's take an example. Let's say that you are a company who's selling furniture, for example, and you have your own website, right? You receive requests from the website. Your clients will go to, for example, contact us page, and they are interested to buy like a bulk amount of chairs, let's say. So your client will literally press on the contact us, he will fill his details, he'll say, okay, I am interested to have a big amount of chairs, and he'll press submit. You want it to be automated. You want this to appear in the CRM module, right? And then when it goes to the CRM module, then what happens is your salespeople will start calling them, right? Because they already put their details, everything is documented. Whatever notes your team will put, it will appear, and it will always stay there as a reference for you as a manager, right? So let's say that, okay, we are in the CRM now, our salespeople almost closing the deal, and they want to send a quotation to this client. Well, the CRM is actually, or luckily, integrated with the sales module, which means that they can simply issue the quotation and then send it to the client so they can see the proposal, see if they are going to go for it or not, and then they are going to pay you, right? So also a big strength point, I would say, in Odoo, that this quotation in the sales module, it is actually integrated with what? It's integrated with the inventory module. What I mean by that, for example, this client needs 100 chairs, right? And then the salesperson will start selling those chairs without knowing if you actually have in your inventory those chairs or not. And this is one big reason why people need this system. Because in the actual quotation, the salesperson will see if those chairs, if this number of chairs is available or not. How are they going to see it? If it's available, it will turn in green. If it's not available, it will turn in red. But what if it's red? It's so simple. You can automate a transaction or an action in the system where it is integrated with the purchase module here in the top left. You're dealing with some certain vendors, for example. So it will automatically create a purchase order for the vendors that you're dealing with. And you can simply compare them all together inside the system. The system will facilitate the decision-making process for you to see which one is the fastest delivery, to see which one is the best price. We'll do the calculation, and then it will help you make your decision and see which one you're going for. But what if you're actually manufacturing them? You're not buying them from another vendor. Then it is actually integrated with the manufacturing module. Where is the manufacturing module? It's here in front of you, as you can see it in the bottom. So basically, you can have all of these processes automated in the system without having any human intervention, right? And then in the end of the day, you send the quotation, the client will pay, and it will reflect definitely in your accounting without human intervention. You will see all the reporting accurately done by the system. It's even available in the localization inside your company. So I think this is why everyone or every company, small or big, this is why they need one ERP that's fully customizable, fully integrated, that will facilitate the process for you. Imagine actually, if you look at the next slide, imagine if you're dealing with those different vendors inside your company. Like I'm using e-commerce from Shopify, but for my HR, I am dealing with Bamboo HR. They are good. For accounting, I'm using QuickBooks, and I'm paying them for that as well. But I also have POS, and I'm paying Lightspeed for that. So imagine having to pay different amounts for every different vendor, and then the work is not integrated. You'll have to do everything on its own. You'll end up dealing with 4, 5, 6 systems, depending on how deep are you in what you're doing. Then why not have one system that will save you a lot of money, will be more convenient, will be easier to use, and at the end of the day, it's budget friendly as well. So let's talk about what's happening in the market right now. I think I didn't put numbers. I only put one factor that will prove what's happening in the market. This is our office. This is our Dubai office. This is where I'm here from, basically. We're managing the whole Middle East. We are managing Central Asia. We manage Turkey. In 2023, we were 440 employees. This is headcount wise. 2024, we almost doubled that number. So if that's telling you something, it's telling you that there is need in the market. Odoo is expanding massively, and that's why we need your support. We need partners that exist locally in the countries that we're actually dealing with, so you can cover the need that's consistently increasing in the market. Right now, we're around 840 employees. This is our plan by the end of 2025. And this is also our forecast for 2026 based on the statistics that's happening in the market and the expansion that's happening for Odoo. So, what's in it for you as a partner? Well, let's talk about it, and let's go to the first thing that obviously everyone is thinking about. Well, I'm here, I'm working, so I need revenue. So, talking about the revenue streams, it's simply, as you see here in the top, this is the client. In the bottom, you see yourself as a partner. The bottom left is where you see Odoo. So simply, you will have a client that's calling you, okay, I need a system. I need an ERP system. I need Odoo, and it happens a lot. We get client requests asking specifically about Odoo. So here you go. The client knows that he will pay 3 things. The first thing for you as a partner, which is the main revenue stream, is the implementation fees. So depending on the market, depending on the client size, depending on how many modules they will take, depending on how much hours you're going to invest in this implementation, you are going to decide your implementation fees, and you're also going to decide how long is it going to take you to deliver this project. It's all up to you as a partner. Odoo doesn't take any percentage of that. We can just give you some key figures if you ask for them. So this is your main revenue stream that our partners actually are counting on. If you look here on the left, this is the Odoo licenses plus hosting. We don't just provide the users and the licenses, we also provide the cloud hosting if the client requests that. A lot of clients will request the cloud, they request it to be locally, or they just request some servers so they can do backups and so on. So we have Odoo SH, it's optional. And if the client decides to buy, then you also get a commission for that. For the licenses, you get commission from 10% to 20%, you as a partner. And for the hosting, you will get 10% to 50% depending on your partnership level. Last thing here on the right is the annual maintenance contract. This is also another revenue stream for you because this client, you're going to provide training for him to teach them the system. You configure something for them, so it's essential that they will also see what is this you're talking about, what did you configure, how can I use the system, what if I need some customization, what if I need some development. They will need someone to get back to, and you will make revenue out of that as well. And this is what's the current practice and what's happening in the market nowadays. Let's talk about the partnership benefits for you. If we start from the center, and for me, like if I have an IT company and I want to partner for Odoo, I would partner for Odoo specifically for this reason or for this benefit, is the dedicated account manager. So imagine you have inside your company someone who is an account manager from Odoo. He is an Odoo expert that you have inside your company literally. What would you expect from him? You would expect him to sit with the potential clients that you have. You'll expect him to do the pre-sales process basically. You'll sit with the client, will gather the requirements in a professional way, and then you will do the gap analysis, you will do the ROI analysis for the client, and in the end, for example, show them a demo of the system or show them the POC, as we would say. So this is one main factor of the job responsibility of your account manager. The only difference is that he lives offshore, but he is definitely with you at all times with every client you get, since the first minute you enter the partnership until all the way until you are a gold partner and you still need a partner manager who will actually take care and give you strategies to work on and help you close more deals. This is the dedicated account manager. Here in the top left, one thing that this account manager is also responsible for, and he would do it to the partners that he depend on, the official partners, the ready, the silver, the gold partners, that if you see that, okay, this partner is actually doing good, he's done some successful implementation, I can see the communication is going really well, I can count on him, I can depend on him. So we are on a daily basis, whenever we get any request, me, myself, I got a request, well, I know few partners that I've worked with, I'm sure that if I recommend this client to them, then they will do a good job, it will be a successful implementation, and the client will be happy, and that's all why we are here, right? So we would definitely pass qualified opportunities to you as an official partner to help you evolve and also to help Odoo maintain the good picture in front of our clients. What else is the benefit? What else benefit you will get as an Odoo partner? You will definitely get marketing resource. You will definitely get like leads. You can totally use Odoo logo on your own website, and will give you access to our marketing resources from your partner dashboard as well. Here in the bottom left, let's talk about the subscription coupons. A lot of people don't know about it. Once you are an official partner, you can use some coupon from Odoo, and then you can simply even buy Odoo users and then start playing with the system and trying the system and exploring the system, because you will need to know what you're selling, right? Imagine you're selling Odoo, but you're not actually using Odoo inside your company. This will not be much credible to your clients. And in the end, the bottom right, we're talking about promotion on odoo.com. Unlike other competitors in the market, Odoo is totally open when it comes to our references, the clients that we sold, and our partners as well. We've got, if you go to your own country, for example, I am in UAE, I'll go on Google, I write Odoo in UAE, I will see the first link that will come to me. I will see a list of all the partners that exist in Odoo, the gold partners, silver partners, ready partners. Well, we get Odoo website, we just check that we get 13 million visitors per month. Imagine how many qualified leads will come to you since you are posted on Odoo website. This is a whole marketing resource and lead generation strategy that you're doing without even doing anything about it. Talking about the second page of the partnership benefits, let's start from the top left. You get to get one of your team or some of your team certified from Odoo. Like, for example, to become a ready partner, you need someone who's certified from Odoo, and we give you access for that. We give you access to the test that you can take in order to become a certified Odoo resource. We also give you the e-learning platform where you can actually study the system and work on it and try to get yourself prepared to pass the test and get certified from Odoo. And this is also another thing that will appear on Odoo website, how many certified resources that you have. The second thing on the top is the source code. We will give access to all of our partners to our source code, so they can easily play on it, they can easily integrate it with their own solution. If they want, Odoo is an open source, we provide you with our own APIs, so why not integrate it together and have everything under one umbrella, have a one-stop shop to your clients. Looking at the top right, we're talking about the knowledge base. So we definitely provide the project methodology guides. We provide demo training to you as a partner. We provide you with the marketing tools and resources, and this is another job for your partner manager. In the bottom left, we're talking about Odoo SH Access. This is the hosting that we're talking about. We also give you as a partner like a 1 month free trial for the Odoo hosting, where you can also try, you can integrate your system there for free, and then just try to implement for yourself even using this methodology. What else in the bottom? It's extended free trials. We give free trials to our partners, we give free trials to our potential clients, so they can go ahead and play with the system and explore it themselves before taking any decision. And by the way, I'll be so happy to go on a meeting with any of you guys, whoever is interested to see the system, whoever is interested to see an Odoo demo for free. Just literally in the end of the presentation, I'm going to put my own QR code where you can just book an online meeting with an Odoo expert and literally ask for a free demo, and we will show it to you so you can have a look on how the system works, so you can easily do a free trial and then explore the system yourself as well. But the last thing in the bottom right is the e-learning platform that I was telling you about. This is exclusive to our partners in order to know what you're selling, in order to know the value that actually Odoo have. Let's talk about the partnership services. If we start from the left in the configuration, this means that you're going to configure the Odoo system to your clients. What else you're going to do? You're going to analyze their workflow. You need to know how they are doing their current workflow, and you need to translate that onto Odoo and show it to them. You need to train your clients to use Odoo. They don't know Odoo, they just paid you, so you can tell them how to use the system because you configured that for them. Also, we're going to host Odoo for them, either on Odoo hosting, or if they have their own cloud, then you can host it on premise. What else? You'll get exclusive opportunities, right? Because you are free to set your own service fee. Odoo will not take any percentage of the implementation fees or the annual maintenance contract. What else? You're going to deploy and implement the project to your client. You're going to develop the coding of Odoo if the client asks you to. They can ask you to develop an extra thing. You can ask you to customize something specifically, which is here in the customization. It's all doable since Odoo is an open source, and literally we're following what the client would ask for. We're unlike other competitors where we force the clients to follow some certain workflow and they cannot deviate to that, and at the end of the day they are not going to be happy because they are not doing things the way they want it. But in Odoo it's like liquid, you're shaping it the way that your client will like it. Now let's talk about the Odoo implementation methodologies. And to start with Odoo itself, how are we doing implementation? We've got a team called Quick Start Team. It's a team of functional consultants, and they basically do implementation to the clients who would ask Odoo itself to implement for them. They use the cloud that Odoo provides, which is the Odoo hosting, or they can just use the Odoo online software as a service. Last option is the standard approach. Basically, we don't really do a lot of developments on the system, just like our partners do. We give you what's available on Odoo, that's it. If we're gonna compare it to our partners, first of all, you are local. You are available in the country that you're selling in. You can totally go and have visits to your clients, and this will give you more credibility. It will show the client that there is someone who's out there, always ready to support if they need anything. It gives them a little bit of more comfortability. Second, you have an extra option that you can host even on cloud, Odoo SH, or you can even host on premise. In Odoo itself, we don't do that. So it's basically an extra privilege for you as a partner. The third approach is that once you develop on Odoo itself and you have your own vertical that you developed in Odoo, you have your own unique system now, since you have something built on top of Odoo, there is no other partner who's dealing with the thing, who's actually using this new system that you developed. then you have your own approach, you have your own niche industry, I would say. Now let's talk about the partnership stages and the levels. So this is going to be your journey. Usually people start as learning partner. It could be you like a learner, a freelancer, or even a company, and then you can be an official partner straight away from there. But usually we take, like the stage is, you take from 0 to 3 months in the learning stage. This is where we do the onboarding. We'll start telling you the techniques. We'll start working on your first 2 to 3 projects. You'll have the support from the account manager, because let's be honest, you still don't know much about Odoo. You don't know how to do a Odoo demo, for example. So this is where you'll need the extra help from your partner manager from Odoo. And then once you meet the requirements to be a ready partner, then from 3 to 9 months, you are a ready partner. Now you have a little bit more practice on Odoo. You close few projects so you can know how to play with the system and how to close bigger deals. When you start closing bigger deals, we assure you, like in less than 18 months, you can either be a silver partner or a gold partner. And I'm gonna tell you shortly how to become from learning to ready, from ready to silver, from silver to gold. Now, let's talk about the levels and the requirements and how to promote from learning to ready, ready to silver, silver to gold. As you can see, the official partner levels that we're talking about starts from ready, right? And we put a little bit of requirement. If you look here on the left, these are the requirements. The first one is the new Odoo users per year. How many users you will need to onboard. For example, if you got one client and they buy 10 users from you, from Odoo, then you meet the first requirement of a ready partner. And for example, if you have 2 clients, one will buy 5, the other will buy 5, it's also meeting the requirements. If you inside your company want to buy Odoo users, then it will definitely count to you as well as something to meet the requirements. What's the second requirement is the certified internal resources. So to become a ready partner, you will need to have one of your team who will pass the certification of Odoo. And this is what it takes to become a ready partner. So let's say you became a ready partner and then you onboarded more projects. You've got 75 users. Now you have a bigger team and you have 3 people who are certified from Odoo. There comes the third requirement, which is the minimum retention rate. Like for example, if in your first year in Odoo you onboarded 10 projects, and let's say 7 of them renew with you as their partner, then this means that you will still get commission for every time they renew with you. And it means that you stay as a silver partner because 7 of them renewed with you, right? Likewise, for the gold partner, 300 users, 6 certified resources, and 80% retention rate. Now, learning stage, we make it very easy to start as learning. We don't really do any requirements because obviously we're just learning. But are you going to appear on Odoo website? Well, not yet. We need to trust and we need to make sure that you are doing you are following the Odoo methodology. We need to make sure that you at least onboard one project and it's a successful project. Only then you can become a ready partner and appear on Odoo website. As I was just telling you earlier, it's a big marketing tool. Imagine you're there and then you will get so many qualified leads just by appearing on the website and by appearing about the references you provided, the certified resources you have, the verticals you focus on. This is all available on the website. What else? This is the right to use Odoo trademark. This is available, of course, for all partners and all levels. Now let's talk about the sales benefits. Let's talk about the commission that you will get from selling the Odoo hosting, for example. So as a learning partner, you will get 10% out of that. As a ready, silver, and gold, you will get 50% out of selling the Odoo hosting. The second part is the commission on Odoo users and the licenses. Well, as a learning and ready, you will get 10% commission. Silver and gold, you will get 15% and 20% for every user you sell. Now, the important part, how to become an Odoo partner. Well, whether you want to start as a learning partner or an official partner, even if you are a freelancer, even if you are on your own, you can still become a learning partner, but we'll need to do some qualification for you. How to do those qualifications? Well, all you have to do is just scan this QR code. You will jump into an online meeting with an Odoo expert, select the slot that you want, and just have an open discussion. If you're willing to see a demo of the system, if you're willing to discuss if the partnership will work for you or not, if you are ready to start a partnership, this is all you have to do. So you have a discussion with an Odoo expert who will qualify you to become an Odoo partner. Once qualified, he will manage to get you the pre-approval from our headquarters in Belgium. Odoo is a Belgian company. Our headquarters is in Belgium, and he will send a profile there. Once the approval is received here in the second step, then you will need to pay the partnership fees. Once the partnership fees is activated, then we will activate as well the partnership for you. And this is all you have to do in order to become an Odoo partner. Please have a minute, scan the QR code, check the calendar, see what would work for you. Because now we are in the last stage of the webinar, which you all really like, of course, which is the Q&A session. I already see a question coming from Oliver. He's asking, is the hosting commission, is it one time or is it recurring every year? Well, Oliver, yes, it is recurring every year. So every time the client will renew with you and you are their partner, you will still get commission again. And we have a whole department called Customer Success Department. Their goal is to make sure that the client is happy. And if the client will need anything extra, they will need to add more users. This is their job basically, and this will also help you get more revenue as a partner. Yeah, we call it like passive income. Please, we're gonna have a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead. So we have a question from Brian too. He's asking, what are the partnership fees? The partnership fees varies whether you want to start as a learning partner or we can get you an exception to start as official partner. It varies from the country you're in. So all you have to do is literally scan the QR code, jump in a quick online meeting with an Odoo expert, and he will decide based on your country to tell you how much is it going to be. But it's something from $400 to $500 for learning and $2,000 to $2,450 for official. Depends on the country, I would say, because we have price lists for every country. And of course, based on the economy and the currency power, we took consideration of that. Michael Schaffel has a question. Do you go to the same process to be a learning partner? Well, yes, you need to scan the QR code, book the meeting, and then get the qualification. And then based on that, you could be accepted to be an Odoo partner or not. Obviously, depends on the need and depends on the timing. And then from there, you can have the discussion whether it is the same case or not. I hope I answered your question. I have another question from Abdul Rahman. Are the partnership fees annual? Yes, it is. It's paid once every year. So if you're talking about $390 or $490, it's paid per year. So it's quite a good investment for the value that you will get, especially the account manager that will be available with you. Imagine how much you would pay them monthly if you want him to close deals for you, or if you want to hire him, how much you're going to pay for him. And then you'll do the math, and then you will see the ROI happening. We have a question from Mitzi. When starting from the learning partner level, do we already need to have a legally registered company? You don't have to. We have a couple of freelancers that are learning partners. All you have to do is just we need to qualify them, and we need to get pre-approvals for them to become partners. If they have what it takes, if they have the good client database, well, for example, I had my own case, like for an accounting company. I thought they're not going to be interested to become Odoo partners, but they have a really good client database. They get so many requests about an Odoo, about an system, about an accounting system, about an ERP system, and a lot of them actually were also about Odoo. So he has the client database, and then he started a partnership as a learning partner, and then we took care of the rest. I took care of the pre-sales process, and when it's time for the implementation, we can either get Odoo to implement for him, or we can get another experienced partner to also subcontract with him and implement, and everyone is happy in that case. So yes, to answer your question, yes, you don't need to have a legally registered company, and we just need to get the approval through the QR code. Yusuf has a question, how to become a developer for Odoo? Well, it depends. So if you're already part of a company that is a partner for Odoo, we can support you with that, because we provide trainings to our partners. They are paid trainings, but it's really successful, and we tried it with many partners. We have functional training, we have technical training. If you want to be a developer, then you should take the technical training, but we provide that exclusively to our partners. So yeah, this is how you can become an Odoo developer. Let's look at more questions. Oliver has a question, but I don't understand. Isn't there a risk of partners getting less business? I don't understand. More implementations themselves. Please either elaborate more to your question, or you can simply just have an open discussion through this QR code through an online meeting, and I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Let's have 2 more minutes in case anyone else have any question. All right, we have a question. If the person already has Odoo online subscription, can they get an exception from the partnership payment fee? Well, Sakir is saying that if you're already a company who's using Odoo inside your company, and you also want to become a partner, could you get any exception for that, for the payment fee? Well, no, like for anyone to become a partner, they need to go through the payment fees. We have like the biggest partners in all markets, bigger companies like as big as Odoo sometimes, and they still have to pay the partnership fees. But what they can do is they can have those Odoo users that they have, he can have them under his own name as a partner. That way he will get commission out of them. That's the first thing. Second, he can use the voucher that we provide to our Odoo partners, and then he will save also money out of that. So that's a way that you can manipulate the system and make sure that you're saving money throughout this partnership. And guys, like I can see so many questions going through the partnership fees, which is almost nothing. I'd like to direct your focus into the ROI coming behind that, right? So given all the benefits, given all the support that you get, well, isn't that enough to see that there is actually some investment coming out of it, like some return coming out of this investment? I really love when I talk to my new partners to really know how to do an ROI analysis. And I advise you guys to go with me on an online meeting, for example, to see, put pen and paper, let's see how is this partnership going to make me money. Just ask me this question and I'll take care of the rest. All right, so we have a question from Oliver. I think now he's elaborated more. Basically, it's saying that Odoo is doing implementation themselves, right? So what kind of clients does Odoo take for implementations, and what kind do they give to partners? Well, Oliver, how it happens is, so usually the partners, they are the ones, they will come with their own clients. Like you've become a partner now, and you have someone already wants to work with you, right? So this way you will implement for them. But if someone will call Odoo itself and he say, I want to Odoo to implement for me, then Odoo will implement for them. But it will be only online. They will need to pay in advance all of the payment. But we can see that actually the most revenue that's coming to us, like I'm talking actual numbers here and actual facts, is coming through our channel department, which is our partners department. Like 80% of our revenue is coming through the channel department. Why? Because as you can see, it's flexible payment plans. Of course, it's a bit cheaper than when Odoo itself will do the implementation, and you're present locally, right? So you're the ones who bring in the clients and you're the ones who have full control over them. And me, myself, as a partner manager or your dedicated account manager, he is the ones responsible for partnerships. So he can totally recommend clients your way if you are dependent, or if you've done good, successful projects before. I hope I answered your question. Sue has a question. She's saying Odoo is, I'm not sure if that's a question. I think Odoo is very expensive to get qualified. I don't understand what you mean by Odoo is expensive to get qualified. I think if you're talking about qualified to become a partner, then I think this is not expensive at all. Like $300 or $400 a year is nothing. Like if you do the math, it's how much per month. So this is, I don't think this is expensive at all. Brian has a question. So as a learning partner, do they get leads from Odoo? Yes, all our partners get assigned leads. How does the process work? Simply, if you go to Odoo website right now, and then you'll see a button called try it for free. Whether you are interested to become an Odoo partner, interested to become, to just use Odoo for your company, or curious about the system, you'll press try it for free. You'll put your details, you'll put your company size, small company, medium company, large company, and then you'll go ahead and have the demo of the system. So this comes as a lead, and those leads are distributed to our partners. Depending on the level, you will get more like bigger deals or bigger size companies, and also bigger portion of lead count. Fatima has a question. Can I list clients who don't use Odoo anymore on my partner's page, or will they disappear automatically? It still counts as a reference, Fatima. So you did this project. It's a reference that you implemented. It was successful implementation, so it counts under your name. If they are not with you anymore, then you're not going to get the recurring commission every year, but it's counting under you because it's your work. You did that and you deserve to have that on your profile. Santi has a question. How to be part of Odoo functional consultant team? Should you must start from learning partner? They are not related to each other. If you are good in the system, then you can just join Odoo functional consultant team, apply for it online, and then if you're good at it, you'll just get the job. Another question. The leads we get only during learning partners? No, you get leads when you're a learning partner, you get leads when you're already, when you're silver, when you're gold. And the more you advance in the level, the more leads you get and the bigger company size deals that you get. Michael asked a question. Can anyone download the community edition of Odoo? Yes, you can. It just doesn't have accounting. It doesn't have the same benefits as it is in enterprise. But of course you can as a trial or to see the system or study. It is available. Odoo is open about it. So I think you guys roasted me with your questions, but they're really constructive questions. I'm happy you asked them. And thank you very much for attending the webinar. I hope I did good, and I hope to see you guys very soon in our ecosystem. And yeah, thank you very much. Au revoir.